Old Man River, that old man River, he's copyright striking me.
Pretty sure that one can't be claimed. Maybe.
Oh, well, how old is it?
Oh,
Old enough
yeah.
to party.
Old enough to party.
Hello, friends, well-wishers, loved ones, and general waifs and strays. It is us once again, the hefty
Hello.
cleft and the slightly worse for wear Olaf bath time.
Just a little bit.
Olaf has been pillaging, plundering, and generally having a good old meaty time.
Having a rip-roaring good time.
Mm-hmm. No raping though. Olaf's not about that life.
Not about the rape life. Just no.
Just no.
Pillage all you please, but
Mm.
no raping. We're British.
I'm going to take all your things. That's fine, but don't touch me. Oh, I completely respect you as a woman.
Yeah. I would never violate your personal integrity.
It is 2019. I am behind the Me Too movement.
Whoa.
Yes.
Anyway, It's good to be back.
In it, it's... I've been slowly churning out the steady stream of classic episodes, and I'm sure by the time that this one goes
Releasing a
live...
slow dribble.
Yeah, by the time this one goes live, I'm sure there'll be even more that are out there.
Surely.
The last one, at the time of recording, that I put out was the first one that we did with Marcus.
Oh, yes.
It just made me think, one day we'll have another guest on, and they will also benefit in no way whatsoever.
That's okay, neither did we.
Yeah. Mutual non-benefit, exactly.
Mutual... Everybody benefited equally from that collaboration. That's what we should say. Like, everybody's stock was raised by exactly the same amount.
This is our podcast. That podcast right there is exactly what capitalists will point to say, well, communism doesn't work. Sure, you're all working together, but you got nothing out of it.
Who benefits? Qui bono, as the literati would say.
Not to be confused with K Bono, which is, of course, who is the lead singer of U2 in Spanish.
Who is or why is? Why is Bono?
Donde es Bono? Oh, ¿qué pasa?
Reached the limit of my Spanish knowledge now.
Dos cervezas por mí et mi bono. Which, of course, means 2 beers for me and my bono.
And Bono. Por favor. On the subject of 2 beers,
yes.
Did you have an update for us?
Update. Stand, update. Stand, update. That's going to be the techno remix version.
Techno remix intro right there.
Just imagine the hard do behind it, and
we'll put it in post. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, we'll put in posts. We'll put in a nice fence.
Yeah.
We'll have a little white gate. Oh, that'd be lovely. So yeah, the stand-ups keeps upping and standing.
Keep on standing.
Yeah.
Good.
It's nearly a year now of doing the...
Oh my god.
Yeah, of doing the stewed food, the introducing funny. Again, time of recording, so we can easily date this.
Yes.
We're about to do... Well, I say about to do. It's going to be about 3 weeks before the 11th gig. And then obviously come June, that is the year.
That's it.
There are big plans in place for it.
Oh, I was going to ask, are you celebrating the anniversary?
Yeah, so, as with everything that I plan, it will go wrong. However, the idea being, normally, I get kind of 6 acts on.
Yeah.
And we do it on a Wednesday evening. What I want to do this time is do it on a Saturday. Ooh, lofty aspirations. And
Prime time.
have sort of a minimum of 10 comedians on.
Good God, man.
I know, that's so much comedy. How can you hold all that comedy? Good God.
Who could possibly handle it?
Oh, such comedy lengths have never been gripped.
Such comedic chops.
All around your willing laugh shaft.
Most willing.
There were some people who I was like, I definitely want these people on. I've only got one of them so far, which is... do you remember some moons ago we talked about a comedian who I'd worked with called Sam Judd, who was in the wheelchair?
I think so.
He messaged me afterwards because he listened to it, and he informed me that I got it wrong about why he was afflicted, his affliction. He basically put me straight. So here is
first time for it.
Here is my redaction.
Okay.
Right. So it was not. Oh bloody hell! What did I say it was? CP. He's just put CP, and I'm sure it wasn't child pornography that crippled him.
Probably not. I mean, it cripples many, but...
Yes. Oh, God. What did I say? Well, whatever I said, it was wrong.
Whatever you previously said, yeah.
It was
incorrect.
The thing that did him a cripple and broke him was a stroke. So, there we go.
Oh.
Sam, I have redacted for you. And he is going to come back, and he is going to be very good again, I am very sure. And he will... slay everybody, and I'll remember why I hate working with people who are quite clearly better than me.
They force you to up your own game, surely.
Maybe my game's already maxed. That's the problem.
Oh, maybe.
But yeah, get May out of the way first, and I'll be able to decide on the final acts for June.
Well, that is most exciting.
But yeah, at the moment in May, there's only one person who's coming back, which is quite intriguing. And there's going to be 7 comedians in May, and 4 of them are going to be women. So,
good.
Yeah. However, I found my nights have a poor track record of female retention, as some may call it.
Sounds like something you'd see the doctor for.
I will most likely never gig with any of them again.
Oh.
Yeah, there's only ever been one female comedian that's actually kept coming back, which was, I think I've talked about it before, Becky Heavyside, who's but she has, in the recent local elections, she has now been elected to be a councillor. So,
oh my goodness.
I know, right? I meet some people who go on to develop weird things.
Such diverse talent.
I know, honestly. Start off doing comedy with me, next thing you know, you're a councillor, you're counselling
in the local vicinity.
Yeah. I don't
local
really
politics and comedy. I think there is a massive crossover there, isn't there?
Oh yeah, I mean
massive overlap.
If nothing else, then it's going to be. I think you're going to restrict yourself to what you can talk about, but hey, What
do you mean in your comedy? You mean?
Yeah, because it's going to be. You're not going to be able to do the local stuff much outside the general area.
Maybe, but then. Something like Parks and Rec, which is set in a political office. You don't have to live in that town to get the comedy.
I suppose it all depends how she's going to frame it. But that was interesting to see. But yeah, we've got who we got in May? We got a guy called Sam Cook, who is a returner. He's
many fine talents.
He's the one who stood in for yourself in the Game of Thrones quiz. He is ever so.
Hang on, what was the Game of Thrones quiz called?
Oh God, what was the Game of Thrones quiz called?
A quiz of fire and ice? I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. A game of folds. A quiz of fire and ice.
Game of folds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who else we got? Sam is 20, and he is ever so young, and it annoys me. And he's ever so funny, and it annoys me. But
rightly so.
Yeah, he refers to me as his version of Carl Pilkington. I'm never sure how to take that. So, yeah. He says he really likes gigging with me, but I don't know if it's for the right reasons.
If he sees you as Pilkington, how does he see himself?
Yeah, exactly. Because he's damn sure he's too small to be Stephen Merchant. So
the opposite of Stephen Merchant.
And then there's a lady called Kath Thompson, who seems to do like a Theresa May dance act. It's really sort of weird.
Well, the Theresa May dance act on its own is quite strange.
Yeah, it should be interesting.
A tribute, no way.
Then there's new comedian called Emma Crossland. She is sort of fresh out of learning. And then I think the other two are fresh out as well. One called Ben Croak and one called Adam Rivet. They're all sort of newbies.
Adam Rivet, I think, needs to be a shipbuilder.
Definitely. Him and Rosie need to really meet and just, have powerful...
Really hit it off.
Yeah. But he can only have sex with aid of propulsion. He needs a machine behind him just to spin him at great velocity. And then there's someone going by Nom de Plume, so I cannot use their real name. So they wish just to be known as Sam Jones. Oh, that's right.
Well, that could just be their real name.
I know for a fact it isn't. But to the outside world, it could be. But yeah, now the comedy is getting like, mysterious. Undercover acts. And then lastly, someone called Hannah Rosen, who seems to have done quite a lot of gigs. I always find it really weird when I advertise that we're doing this, and I say, you basically only get one free drink. Yeah. And people reply like, I've done, sort of hundreds of gigs, I'll come give it a go. I'm like, right, let me just clarify.
Hold up.
Let me just make sure you're coming significant length, and you are getting... I know.
You should have said distance, but you decided not to. It was funnier.
Exactly. You're coming all this way, as the blonde said to the vicar.
Yeah.
And all you are getting is a free drink. Nothing else will be exchanged. It will just be a free drink. Are you sure you are happy with this situation? And they seem to be. God bless them.
Yeah. Well, it makes your job easier.
Yeah. Luckily, none of them listen to this and know that I get paid. So,
True.
But yeah, that is the stand-up update as things stand. The May gig should hopefully be pretty good, and the June gig should hopefully be absolutely beautiful.
Big celebration.
Yeah. Of course, before that, we have another gig together. Chances are, by the time this is put up, we've probably already done it.
I completely forgot about that. Yeah, we do. And my notes that I've made for the round that I'm writing is right next to me as well. And I was like, what do you mean we've got a thing to do?
What? Where? What?
What are you talking about?
I didn't agree to this. Oh, wait, yes, I did.
Oh, wait. Hang on.
Oh, hang on. Oh, no. My diary.
Kind of did. Oh. Okay.
Oh. But yes, we will quiz on the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
The Kinematic Universe.
I've still not seen Endgame, so...
You what?
You what, mate? Hopefully I've seen it before I do the quiz, because otherwise I'm going to have some potentially heavy spoilers in my own questions.
Maybe, yeah. I'm flabbergasted.
I know. What kind of nerd am I, eh?
Cheek. The cheek of yourself.
I should hand in my card.
Yeah, we'll send the wizards round to remove your ranking later.
Bring around the cosplayers. Make them remove me from the Facebook group. Speaking of nerds and nerdy things, I was perusing the Twitter for...
as you do.
Ours is the only one that I have access to. I no longer have my own. And so I can...
Hang on, you said that as though it had been literally been confiscated from you. Like, I'm not allowed to go on Twitter anymore.
No, they didn't let me. They said I was too funny.
No.
I just do it as an excuse so I can say, actually, I don't have a Twitter profile of my own. So I can act
nice.
I can act all high and mighty when in reality I do have Twitter. It's just not me. But I saw a post from another podcast called Retronauts, which pointed out that Plants vs. Zombies, the award-winning mobile / free-to-play game, is now a decade old. And man, that just hit me right in the face with
Just right between the eyes.
Yeah. Oh, it just made me feel real bad, man. Real bad. That means I was 21 when Plants vs. Zombies came out. And...
Ooh. Did you feel like a young boy? Is that what you're saying? You feel like it was less time than that, or more time?
I thought it was much less time than that. I was sure I wasn't 21 when that came out. But then you got to think it was like that was kind of the big smash hit on the original iPad.
Yeah, true.
And into the iPad 2 kind of generation, and you kind of go, oh man, they're old as well now. Oh my god,
they're very old now.
Oh, you can't even get a banking app to work on most of those iPads anymore. Oh Jesus,
you had to bring work into it, didn't you?
Maybe it's because there's a lot of that going on at the minute. You know,
of course there is.
Turns out, if you have some kind of device that is no longer having security updates done, it's probably a good idea not to,
not to use it for your online banking.
Yeah, probably don't have your banking on there. Where's you got all your information? But then helping an 8-year-old woman understand why it's sort of partially Google and Apple's fault is like, well, no. What?
We didn't change the app. It just got old. How can I explain this to you in words you'll understand, old lady?
It's worse.
Things age.
You may have noticed.
You may notice that as time goes on, things age and they become less efficient, less effective.
What's arguably the worst one is when they say, "Oh, you just want me to buy a new phone," and you sort of want to say, "Well, in what possible way would we as a bank benefit from you having a new phone? Why?"
It's a side hustle.
Yeah. I mean, okay, we do have shares in Huawei, but customers, honestly, customer service would be much better without them.
It'd certainly be a lot easier. I'd enjoy it more, I think.
Oh, definitely. I maintain that the ideal customer service job is just working in the warehouse in Argos. That is my as someone who used to work on a shop floor tidying up. That's just every day would just be perfection. And I can just go, I take this, I move this forward, I send it down the chute. Down the conveyor belt of dreams. There it goes to its new home.
Yeah, okay.
But
why have you never applied to work in the Argos back room?
I haven't. Before I got the job working at the second-hand entertainment store.
Yes.
Argos was one of the job pages that I frequented. Man, you never see
on a regular basis.
You never see those jobs. You know why? Nobody wants to leave those jobs.
So such high demand for them.
They're stocked to the brim because they know that if they go anywhere else, they're going to have to see people. People are going to be touching stuff, and they don't
potentially
like that.
Them. Yeah.
One day,
not fans of that.
One day, I'll get that dream job in the Argos.
One day we're taken over by robots.
Oh no!
That job will just disappear.
Just like they've taken pork gelatin out of Percy Pig, so they will take the human out of the Argos. It is amazing how much removing pig products from a sweet can really irk people nowadays.
I saw a picture of some Percy Pigs on, I think it was on a news app. I just scrolled right past it. I didn't realise why it was there. So, what, people are in uproar?
Yeah, because they're
taking up arms, are they?
Yeah, because, they don't taste the same. This is being done to appease the Muslims. I mean, I think if you looked at most of Marks and Spencer's sweet range, like they're vegetarian, so they don't have any, gelatin product in, and it's just.
What a ridiculous story!
Yeah,
did these people think that they chosen the pig shape because it had pork products in it? Like, that's why Percy was a pig, was because it was made with gelatin.
Yeah, made with pork gelatin.
That's fantastic.
I think that is kind of peak 2019 sort of.
So far.
Yeah. Oh god. That's sort of peak middle class. Well, not even middle class. Just peak white person triggering of 2019 is just whoa. They took pig out of the Percy Pigs. I think you'll find I like them with the pork product still in. Thank you very much.
Look, if these people are that desperate for it, I've got the perfect solution. You get yourself a bag of Percy Pig, and then you get yourself a bag of Mr. Scratchy's pork scratchies, right? Pour them both into one bowl, get a big spoon, mix them up, and just chow down on it.
What a wonderful blending of flavours.
Put the pork back into Perky.
Perky
Pig.
Perky Pig is his young nubile sister.
I feel like Perky Pig is a character somewhere.
There's Porky Pig, if you think.
Porky was Looney Tunes, wasn't it? Yeah.
Speaking of things that are old and video games.
Oh yeah, looping back to that.
Looping back around. It made me think that sort of there'll be kids now who are obviously 10 years old who are even older. Their first gaming experience will have probably been a mobile game like Plants vs Zombies.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, definitely.
And it kind of got me to thinking whether I could remember what originally got me into gaming. Because I think we sort of touched on the subject before of past gaming experiences. But I would probably say that the game that kind of got me into gaming, that made me sort of think, oh yeah, I want to keep playing these, it was probably the original Sonic the Hedgehog on the Mega Drive / Genesis, depending where you're from.
What a soundtrack as well.
So I can still listen to the Sonic music. Put it on the phone, put it on the car. Gotta go fast.
God. Excuse me, sir. Do you know how fast you were going?
Yes, I do. It was fast.
It was very fast.
Do you know why, officer? Because I gotta go fast. I think you'll find that this here tune from the Chemical Plant Zone says, I gotta get going.
Yeah. Don't you recognise Green Hill Zone when you hear it?
Oh, come on, guy. The Egg Fortress music is playing. I must go. But
so you think Sonic was the thing that got you hooked?
Yeah, because I sort of had a Game Boy, and I played it, but I wasn't that bothered about it. But yeah, the first Sonic was kind of a time sink, even though I know I didn't get very far. Because I'd kind of revisit it later, and I'd be like, I've never seen this level before. I never got to fight Metal Sonic. And then obviously years later I did. I was like, I never saw this before. And that was only about the 4th level or so. So I missed quite a bit, but I'd still sink lots of time into it. I think what's most worrying is that if I know for a fact that the game I've spent the most time on as a sort of series is definitely the Football Manager ones.
Oh dear God! Yeah. Spreadsheet Simulator 2007.
Yeah, man. I started it with the 2001, 2002 one, and wow, man, I've had at least 6 or 7 of the other ones since then. And I know that on the last one that's linked to the Steam account, there was 320 hours on that.
Nice.
And I was like, I need to uninstall it. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Even now, I don't like football anymore, but I can still play Football Manager. It's weirdly addictive if you've got that mindset of like.
Is it the team management aspect of it that you like squad management?
Yeah, and being able to sort of develop formations that will be able to break other ones down, and being able to kind of see how far you can take a particular team using certain players, and
because there's a certain amount of the mechanics and the tactics of that kind of gameplay that is very similar to JRPGs, like squad-based RPGs like Final Fantasy and Chrono Trigger and things like that, where you've got to manage the stats of your squad and get the most effective combinations and get your prep ready for each new encounter. So yeah, and thinking about it, it's not quite so weird as I thought it might have been. The old Football Manager thing.
So I'm going to lend you my copy of Football Manager and
see how deep this rabbit hole goes.
Yeah, let's see. I've already got you into wrestling. Let's see if we can't get you in a Football Manager too.
Oh.
That's what you need. Another time sink in your life.
Another time sink is definitely what I need.
Yeah.
Okay, what was it got me into? Do you remember
the 25th night of September?
What?
No? Okay.
No.
Too far with that particular disco reference. Okay.
That was a little bit of an odd cut, like a segue for me. Wasn't too ready for that. You were a console gamer, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever have any? Did you ever get PlayStation Magazine or any
yes
gaming magazines?
Yes.
Do you remember the demo discs that came on the front of them?
Oh yes, many a good time was had on those demo discs.
Yes. this, I think, is what got me into PC gaming.
Okay.
Was one specific demo disc from the front of a magazine, from PC Gamer magazine, way back in the day. And this thing had, I don't know, 75 game demos on it. Across loads of different genres, and so you could try different styles of game from lots of different points of view. And I knew I wasn't really too bothered about racing games, just because, I'm still not. I don't really care about racing games. But I got to play the demos then as well were like a sizable chunk of the game. Like nowadays, you pay for a game, it comes in installments. You've got to keep paying for it over 6 months or whatever. But back then, you could just free on the front of a magazine. There was a sizable chunk of Unreal Tournament 2004. So there was a couple of levels from the single-player campaign and a couple of maps for multiplayer, and that was amazing. There was a demo for, I think it was Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast, something like that. Ooh. One of the Jedi Knight games, and that was incredible. And then there was another one which really got me, which was... Nope, can't remember it. Between those two, they really hooked me. I was like, right, yeah, I want to play FPS games now. That's it. I'm all about it. I'll give those a go. So yeah, soon afterwards I got the full versions of those games and had a great time with them, and spread my wings from there.
And lo, I did fly into the gaming market, and it was good.
It was good. And now I think the single title that I've sunk the most time into, and it's a little bit of a strange one, is No Man's Sky.
Oh.
Not like your standard first-person shooter adventure thing, but the thing in it is there's quite a lot of repetitive, monotonous tasks to do. You've got to mine certain minerals in order to build resources and build better ships and fly further and faster and all these things. So what I really like doing is just, it takes some time to do the mining. Just put on a podcast and just sit there and mine a mountain down to zero. And you're like, I've whiled away 4 hours. It's just gone.
Ah. So did you start playing that when it was the garbage fire that everybody hated, or did you pick it up later when they'd started doing the improvements?
It's one of the only games I bought at release.
Oh,
it was one of the only games that I was up to date with, because I figured that even if they delivered on 1/10 of their promises, this game you could literally play it forever. And I have managed to sink it, like I said, hundreds of hours into this, just mining a mountain down to nothing, or photographing all the little beetles in a cave or something, just while I'm listening to another podcast. And yeah, so I started off when it was a disappointment, but I've enjoyed the improvements that have been rolled out steadily over time.
Oh, I did not expect in any way for you to say that No Man's Sky would be the big time sink.
Yeah,
interesting.
And again, it's because I'm listening to something else at the same time.
Yeah, I think
it's not that it is holding my attention. It's not like it's engaging me.
Yeah,
with a thrilling narrative, but it's still it's something I can be doing while doing something else.
It's not a game that you have to put a great deal of thought into. You can just have it going and
yeah.
Glorious! No, I won't give in till I'm victorious. And I will defend.
On the subject of 2 beers,
yes.
Did you have an update for us?
Update. Stand, update. Stand up, 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 update.